Inside of this brown cardboard box is the Zelos Mako GMT. On the top of the box, we've got the Zelos logo. On the side, we have innovative watchmaking that dares and the website zeloswatches.com. As we open up the box, we will see that the packaging is very minimalistic. There is a flap to keep the watch roll secure. And inside of the flap, we have a cutout for the warranty card. I really like Zelos' warranty card. It is just one of those little touches that adds to the overall package. And for me, the understanding of what the brand is trying to be and what they're trying to do for their customers. And that just extends as we look at the travel roll that it comes with. It is a very nice blue color. The stitching is well done. It's 3 slots. We have a burnt orange inside finishing. Each of the M cushions is very soft and pliable, making it very easy to use with different size watch bands. But with the travel roll looked at, let's get the watch out of here, and we can get the travel roll out of our way. All right, a little bit of dead air. This is my first video. I'm going to be learning a lot from this process. I'm looking forward to any comments you have below, any suggestions, and thank you very much for making it this far into my ramblings. So what we have here is the Zelos Mako GMT. The ring light is going to help show off the meteorite dial here and just how much the light really can play with it. But as I said, we will figure out better lighting setups for future videos. Getting into the watch itself though, we have a 40mm diameter for our bezel. It is a 48-click bi-directional bezel. That will make it very easy for you to set the time for the GMT outer ring on the fly whenever you want to wherever you need it to be. I find it quite useful as I will set my GMT hand to London, and then from there it's very easy for me to adjust what other time zones I want to track. So with the bezel out of the way, the rest of the watch case has a 46mm lug-to-lug. It has a 20mm lug width. We have a thickness of 14.7mm with the dome sapphire crystal, 12mm without the dome sapphire crystal. The dome sapphire crystal is going to have AR coating on the underside of it. The dial, we are going to have the meteorite treated with a newer blue PVD process that allows purple striations to really get highlighted as we look at different angles. Trying to get this focused. I think I see the purple a little bit in this light, but it might just be hard to see with this lighting setup. On the dial itself, we're going to have, in the non-cardinal directions, we're going to have circles that are filled in with lume. And on the cardinal directions, we are going to have a shark tooth. At the 12, that shark tooth is going to be split in half to help make it easier to know where the 12 is. And at the 6, we have a cutout for the date that is color wheel matched to the dial. And we also have an indice to help us know where the 6 o'clock is. The lume is going to be both BGW9 and C3. That'll give us both green and blue on the dial as we get into it. And since we're talking about the lume, I am going to turn off my studio lights, and we are going to take a quick look at it. So as you can see here, the lume is very bright. This had been in the watch case for about a day, and then I took it out in the sun for about 2 minutes, and that just really lets you see how good the lume is on the Zelos watch. In addition to the dial being lumed, we also have lume on the bezel itself. And a really nice touch is the lume on the crown, which is, there we go, nice and focused in for you guys. So let's turn the lights back on. And let's get this onto my wrist now. This light back on. There we go. Again, thank you guys. Looking forward to comments, suggestions. Really want to make these videos better as I keep getting more experience doing this. So what I haven't talked about yet with this watch is it is the Miyota 9075. That is the movement inside of the watch. That makes this a traveler's GMT, which will give us a quick set hour instead of a quick set date feature. That's really, really useful when you're traveling and you're switching time zones and you just want to quickly change over without having to redo like a whole 24-hour cycle, figuring out where you are in the process and really getting your watch to sing. So as a traveler's watch, it's very nice. The problem with a quick jump hour feature, you're gonna maybe not wear the watch for a week and then you're going to have to jump a lot of times in order to get the date set to where you want to. So that is the disadvantage of using a traveler's GMT. But it's really going to be dependent upon where you are and what you need out of your watch, whether or not you're going to want a quick set date or if you are going to want a traveler's GMT. That being said, let's talk about the rest of this watch. On the wrist, I have a 7-inch wrist. This is sized for my wrist. It weighs 170 grams. The watch head itself weighs 87 grams. So as a wearing experience, the weight feels very comfortable. The steel feels very nice on the wrist. I've worn this on hot days. I've worn this on cold days. The quick adjust feature is really useful for being able to change up the size of the bracelet without having to feel my wrist be overly tight by it. The watch itself is super easy to read. You saw the lume a little bit ago, and that's really nice at nighttime when you need to be able to tell what the time is without being able to see in the dark. Outside of that, I think the only other thing to really talk about is just the movement itself and just give you a quick view on how it works. So at the 0 position, this crown is fully screwed in. We unpop. We can set out 1 position to change the jump hour back and forwards. Into the last position, we'll hack the movement. And that will let us actually change the entire time reference. The movement itself feels very well integrated with the stem and crown. Very easy to switch between where in the process you need to be. Winding feels good with this Miyota 9075. And then the entire integration of the crown and stem just work really well, and it's really easy to screw it back in and feel secure. Thank you for everyone who has made it to the end of this part of the video. I'm looking at my timestamp and I'm realizing that I've been talking for a little bit over 9 minutes in this section. I've got a lot to learn. There's a lot of cool things that I want to figure out how to do with doing watch reviews. And I'm looking forward to suggestions and comments from everybody below. Thank you very much, and I'm going to send it back over to me to do a full outro.